Welcome to Walmart, satisfaction guaranteed. And I can tell you, after camping here last night, we're pretty satisfied with our stay. It was quiet, no one bothered us, and we were able to pay it forward to Walmart for allowing people to park here for 24 hours last night by going in and stocking up on groceries. We have about 7 hours of driving ahead of us. Now, just for the record, that's 2 nights of boondocking. If you haven't seen the boondocking video, I recommend you go watch it now, because not only did we cover a lot of ground and some changing terrain, but we did something that we've never done before, and it was a really, really interesting experience. We're getting dangerously close to the mountains, and I can already taste and smell some of those immaculate views that we are gonna get. In a couple days, we'll be in Jasper National Park, but until then, we got some more prairie driving to do. I never thought I'd be saying this, but I'm actually kind of sad to leave Saskatoon. They call it the Paris of the prairies, mostly because of the bridges.
The houses were super cute. There seemed to be a really good life culture, if you want to say that. And the park was gorgeous.
I hope one day we meet again, Saskatoon, because that was a nice experience, very pleasant.
But let's be clear, not in the winter.
We're approaching a small town with a really, really unique history. The town is called Lloydminster, and it actually straddles the border between Saskatchewan and Alberta, meaning that a chunk of the residents of Lloydminster live in Alberta, and the other chunk live in the Canadian province of Saskatchewan. Now, that's created some really interesting challenges along the way. Residents of Lloydminster are actually exempt from Saskatchewan's provincial sales tax because people in Alberta don't have to pay any sort of provincial sales tax, so businesses in Saskatchewan would be put at a disadvantage.
It's amazing how quickly all the license plates have changed. We went from a sea of green Saskatchewan license plates to a sea of red Albertan license plates. Now, Richard did read that 2/3 of the population of Lloydminster is from Alberta. It's just so strange to me how this city can border both provinces. On the Albertan side so far, we've seen way more businesses though, and that might just be based on where we're driving, or it might be because of the taxation rules that Richard mentioned. We're just nearing into Edmonton, but the weather has changed dramatically. We had a gorgeous day yesterday in Saskatoon, and this morning driving through Saskatchewan was perfect weather, crystal blue skies, and glowing fields, and now it is miserably rainy. I did check the weather forecast. It is supposed to be 19 degrees and sunny. Right now, that seems a long, long ways away. And I decided to wear a dress today because life choices.
We are west of Edmonton now, and we're looking at some blue sky action. The last 2 hours, it was torrential downpour. That is by far the hardest shift I have had. There was even a point where I went to pass a semi truck, pretty much couldn't see anything. It turns out it was probably not the best idea to pass them. The sheer spray of water was completely engulfing the vehicle. I'm really excited though, because what's waiting for us on the end of this drive today is a nice warm shower. It's been a couple days, not smelling too bad yet, but I can imagine things might start to go downhill if we wait too long. Welcome to Edson, Alberta.
A place I didn't know existed until about 24 hours ago.
We are in the foothills of the Rocky Mountains. Well, kind of. We can't see the mountains, but we're within 2 hours of the town of Jasper, so good enough for me.
Tomorrow we are gonna take the day off and just get ready to go into the Rockies. We have had five very long days of driving, so I think we're due for a tiny bit of a break where we can just lay back, do some work, and enjoy the sun. Hopefully. It's supposed to rain. Good morning, everyone. The weather today could not be better for some awesome hiking. It's supposed to reach a max of 20 degrees Celsius, I know our outfits probably don't look like that, but it is cool because it's the morning. It's just about 10 degrees right now, but the sun is shining. There's a nice warm breeze. I think it's gonna be a great day to crush some miles.
We are looking to summit the Roche de Miette Scramble Trail today. It's about a 12-kilometer long trail, although from the trailhead here it looks significantly longer. The big challenge of the day will be the 1,300 meters in elevation gain all the way to the top.
Just to put it into perspective, we're down here in the parking lot and we're hiking all the way up there today.
It looks a lot more imposing in person than it does on camera from the ground here. Not even 5 minutes into the hike and we've already gotten lost, although luckily we were able to bushwhack our way back to the main trail.
Ta-da!
Well guys, I think we found a hike that is well past our physical limits. We're not totally gassed yet, and we've made it almost halfway up the trail, and we've done about 400 of the 1,200 meters of elevation. I think we both have the feeling that we're gonna get to the saddle and we're gonna have no energy left. We've already done some extremely steep uphills. It's gonna take energy to get back down, and just coming this far, it's beautiful.
We're totally alone. There's no one else at the trailhead. We haven't seen anybody else coming up behind us yet. It's so nice to have this breathtaking view all to ourselves, and honestly the roads driving in felt like we were totally alone. We only have one night actually booked here in Jasper National Park at a campsite just because it's so hard to get a campsite here. Out of curiosity, I just wanted to know if my voice would echo off the massive rock over there. It does. Go let Hello! Mountains!
This is why we come here. This is worth it. This is worth it. And you know what? Maybe we should like drive back home and spend 2 months training. There's always a silver lining in everything if you look long and hard enough. And the silver lining for us today is that we have some breathtaking views to enjoy. At this point, we're gonna go do what any normal wannabe mountaineer would do. You guessed it, pick an easier hike, and that's exactly what we did.
The Valley of the Five Lakes hike is comprised of 5 lakes. They each range in color from green to turquoise, so they're all unique. The path here is already significantly easier, and we had a pretty good idea of that because of how many cars were in the parking lot and how many people were walking in flip-flops. I'm wearing hiking boots. I think we took the long way around. Actually, I know we took the long way around, but I finally see the first lake, and oh my gosh, the long way was worth it.
We spent the rest of the afternoon moving from lake to lake, admiring the stunning setting of the Five Lakes Trail, and debating what color we think each lake is.
Turquoise.
There's no way this is the turquoise lake.
No, this one's turquoise.
No. Well guys, we are checked into our campsite at Jasper National Park. The views are pretty nice. I'm really excited to be here. This is something that I definitely wanted to make sure we got the chance to do on this road trip.
It's really affordable to stay here in the national park, costing us only $30 a night, and it's probably the most private campground we've had, even though our neighbors really still aren't that far.
We've actually decided to try and do another summit tomorrow. It's about 620 meters, and considering we did 400 meters fairly easily today, I'm feeling confident that we're gonna get to the summit.
Tonight for dinner, we're having pasta and vegetables, a carbolicious, fatty meal to help us with the fuel that we need because we are making this summit tomorrow.
I think it's time that we eat, fuel up, and get some rest, so we will see you guys in the morning.
Night.
That was without a doubt the coldest morning that we've had so far. According to the weather app, It got down to -6 within the boundaries of Jasper National Park last night. Kirsten and I both woke up feeling not that cold, and we didn't even break out our winter sleeping bag. The campsite was beautiful. It was by far the best campsite we've had yet, and not just because it had the view of the mountains. The campsite itself was quite private. We are on our way to try our second summit hike in as many days, and we just had a very special moment. That is a beautiful animal. We've already had 3 wildlife encounters here in Jasper, and personally, that's the first time I've ever seen a bear out in the wild. Seriously, such an exciting moment.
So today we're trying to summit Morrow Peak. Morrow Peak's about 628 meters of elevation, which is half of what we attempted yesterday and double as far as we made it up the hill yesterday. So it should be within our limits. We are, however, expecting some bad weather in about 4 hours, and this hike is supposed to take us about 4 hours. All things considered, we should be okay. We've got a little bit of a flat patch, but I have a feeling we're going straight up again.
This looks like as good a place as any to stop for some dried nuts, some dried apricots, and some water to fuel up. We've made it over halfway on the elevation and well beyond halfway on the distance. We can't even see the peak anymore, which means it's probably pretty much right above us. I found a nice rock to sit and enjoy the views.
Kirsten found herself a nice bench over there.
I'm fitting in with the squirrels.
And we have a pretty decent view of the river below and the surrounding mountains.
We're both feeling a lot better than we did yesterday. I'm thinking we have a mountain summit in us today. I just want to make sure I don't get stuck up here when it starts raining, because that path will be real slippery.
We can see the summit. That's it right there. And our path leads down there.
We are less than 100 meters from the summit. I still feel pretty strong. I feel a little bit of emotion coming on. I think I might have a moment when I finally reach this summit. The hike's been really fun, but this is comfortably difficult.
Kirsten's trying her best Naruto climb.
Finally see the finish line. We gotta push forward though. You can see the weather's starting to blow in, so it's so much easier to reach the last part when it's right in sight.
We're at the summit, Cairns. The views are like amazing. Yes! Woo!
11th August 2020. Attempted to watch me at yesterday and failed. It was great to have a win here and make the summit. Be kind and take care of one another. Love from Canada, Rich and Kirsten.
We made it, babe.
I'm so proud of us.
What a thrill.
Time to go.
We'll see you in the next video, guys.